Joining me today from the Wisconsin Veterans Home in Union Grove. We're out here, of course, for the Vietnam Veterans of America's spaghetti dinner. But we hooked up with Jim here, and Jim is a resident of the Wisconsin Veterans Home, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the Veterans Home, the care that the veterans received here, and some of the dilemmas that are facing our veterans. Jim, thanks for joining us on the show today. Jim, I understand you're a Korean War veteran. You served from 1951 through 1953. Very good, and we want to thank you for your service. Jim, what's going on here? We hear a lot of there's problems going on here at the home, isn't there?
The big problem is I'm also the chairman of the member council. So I go to all the meetings, I preside on the meetings, and the staff, as far as the staff is concerned, we have no commandant now. We just hired one. He don't start till next month. So we have a guy that runs the nursing homes. His name is Brian Marshall, and he comes to the meetings. And I tell you right now, I'm fighting for the veterans. We're fighting for our life right now.
And what are some of the problems? I mean, this is not a free service here. It does cost money to live here.
The trouble is right now that the rent is exceeding more than money of the guys what their total income is. And the difference between that and that's where we have to have the trust fund. Now the trust fund was supposed to have been set up so that it would help the guys that couldn't afford to pay all the amount. Because you still have to pay some of it, partially. The problem is right now, when the beginning of the time when they started this place, whose fault it was that they didn't have the right raising per year, that's got nothing to do with us. But all I know is right now we're paying $3,444 for 31 days. And most of us get, like me, for instance, I get $3,440. Well, by the time they take my supplement insurance out of that, and if I got any more medical bills, then supposedly, when I get on this trust fund, I write a check for whatever I have left. And they're supposed to put in the rest from the trust fund. Well, if the trust fund is going to go broke, we're in trouble.
It sure sounds like that too, and I had no idea. I was always under the impression, I'm sure a lot of folks watching at home, that it was just on a base of need and they would just take a percentage of what your benefits are, but it really doesn't work that way, does it?
That's the problem. A lot of people think it's the homeless vets. Now that's a different story. We have them here on campus. They don't pay anything because they don't have any money. But they stay there for 2 years, and if you get a job, you got to pay a certain percentage to stay there. But here, it's not that way. You pay. A lot of time when I came here 11 years ago, I had a car and went to gas one day, and the gentleman asked me where I was new. He said, well, "Where are you from?" I said, "From the Wisconsin Veterans Home." "Oh," he said, "you guys got it made. You don't pay nothing." I said, "You must be talking about the wrong place, because it's costing us money." Now, if the money that I spend here in the last 10 years, when I came here, the idea was this is my last place. This was going to be my golden years. In fact, I spend the money I had in the trust fund for my burial. It's all set. I'm being buried out here at the Wisconsin Veterans Home, which is a good thing, because at least that money, that's gone. So I don't have, in order to get on this trust fund, you got to have $2,000 or less in the account. Now, I'm down to $2,100. So, with this month's rent that I have to pay, which is fortunate, that's only 28 days, because we save a little money. But after that, next month I have to go on a trust fund. And I'm just hoping that there are people out there that will help. Now, they're coming out with this deal to give $1 on your state income tax. You're supposed to have a box and mark the veterans, and they'll take $1 out of that. And they claim that if everybody gave $1, which is true, you'd have $3 million. Well, that would help. But it's come out late. Most of your people have already filed. So they don't know nothing about it. Like, we have 4 gentlemen here that donated $1 to the trust fund, and I sent it last week. And we don't want to go out because this is our home. Gates Hall and here we consider our home. We love the people here that work here. We got no problems with these people. These people take care of us like one of our own.
And I'm glad you're mentioning that too, Jim, because I was just about to ask, outside of the financial problems, how is the quality of life here?
Wonderful. They do whatever they can for us. We have the American Legion, we have you fellas, we have the VFW, we have the Purple Heart. There's all kinds of organizations that come here, and they do whatever they can. But a lot of them don't know what the dilemma we're in. I'm speaking on behalf of the veterans. I don't want to see us, after all these years, have to say, well, where am I going to go now?
And I was just going to ask, do you have any idea what you're going to do if the situation
No,
gets
they
really
say
bad?
don't worry, but I worry.
And we worry too. Is there anything that the folks at home that are watching this show today can do? Contact the governor or contact...
Well, it would help, but I think that if you can find in your hearts to donate $1 or so and send it to the Wisconsin Veterans, Wisconsin VA in Madison, in care of the trust fund. It has to be marked in care of the trust fund, so that goes put into the trust fund. Otherwise, we'll never see it. And that would help. I'm begging, because we gave whatever we could for the service, and we're hoping that they can help us.
All right, very good. Well, thank you very much, Jim, for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much to you. God bless. God bless all America.
Thank you. This is Dave Ryba reporting for Veterans Newsline HD.